Hello, it's me, the ukulele teacher, here to teach you how to play Your Song by Elton John. This song was requested by Peter, one of my top tier patrons, and as well as this lesson, I also made an amazing, awesome ukulele cover of the song for him, plus he got to keep one of the ukuleles that I actually used in the video. So if you want access to all kinds of cool and exclusive goodies like Peter got, then sign up to patreon.com/uteacher today for as little as $1 a month. Because as well as you guys getting cool perks and goodies, it helps me to carry on doing this as a full-time job. So grab your uke, make sure it's in tune, and if you need help tuning your uke, then be sure to download my free app, the Ukulele app, right now, and when it is in tune, your uke should sound like this. Before we go any further, make sure you download a song sheet from my Facebook or Patreon page so you can follow along, and also give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more lessons like this one. Also, right now, if you have any ideas or requests for future lessons, then let me know in the comments below. Don't delay, let me know right now what song you want to learn next. Okay, so with that out of the way, I'm going to start off by playing you through a quick verse and chorus of this song to give you guys a rough idea of how it should sound when you've learned it. This feeling inside, I'm not one of those who can easily hide. I don't have much money, but boy, if I did, I'd buy a big house where we both could live. If I was a sculptor, then again, no, for a man who makes potions in a traveling show. I know it's not much, but it's the best I can do. My gift is my song, and this one's for you. And you can tell this is your song. It might be quite simple, but now that it's done, I hope you don't mind, I hope you don't mind that I put down in words how wonderful life is while you're in the world. These are the chords you're going to need for the song. If you already know them, then skip ahead now. To play the chord of D, bar the 2nd fret with your 1st finger. That means you push down on all 4 strings at the same time. Once you're barring the 2nd fret, just add your 4th finger to the 5th fret of the 1st string. And the chord of D should sound like this. If you need extra help with the bar chords because you find them difficult or you think you've got tiny hands, then check out my video on how to do bar chords easily first. To play the chord of G, put your 1st finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, your 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the 1st string, and your 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. And the chord of G should sound like this. To play the chord of A, put your 1st finger on the 1st fret of the 3rd string, and your 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string. And the chord of A should sound like this. To play the chord of F sharp minor, keep that A shape and just add your 3rd finger to the 2nd fret of the 2nd string. And the chord of F sharp minor should sound like this. Now we have 3 B minor chords in a row, and they're basically the same chord, but the bass note is changing. So we start off with a regular B minor, and for that you'll need to bar the 2nd fret with your 1st finger, and then put your 3rd finger on the 4th fret of the 4th string. And the chord of B minor should sound like this. Then you'll need B minor, but with a bass note of A. So for that, you just lift up your 3rd finger and you keep that bar along the 2nd fret, and that's B minor, but with an A note in the bass. And then to play B minor with an A flat in the bass, you're basically going to need to use your 2nd, 3rd and 4th fingers on the 2nd fret of the 3rd, 2nd and 1st strings. So you're kind of keeping that 2nd fret barred, but with these fingers, because we're going to need the 1st finger to stretch back for that A flat note on the 1st fret of the 4th string. And the chord of B flat with an A flat bass note should sound like this. Now it's important that you get all 3 of those B minor chords down because they're played in that order during the verse and the chorus, and it's a key part of the song. So make sure you can change from B minor to B minor slash A to B minor slash A flat. It'll take quite a lot of practice, but eventually you will get the hang of it, and it's a key part of the song. To play the chord of F sharp, bar the first fret with your first finger, then put your second finger on the second fret of the second string, and your third finger on the third fret of the fourth string. And F sharp should sound like this. To play the chord of E minor 7, just go back to that G shape, but lift up your third finger. And the chord of E minor 7 should sound like this. And to play the chord of E minor, put your first finger on the second fret of the first string, your second finger on the third fret of the second string, and your third finger on the fourth fret of the third string. And the chord of E minor should sound like this. Now basically, almost all the way through the song, I just play a nice and steady and simple down, down, up, down, up string pattern. It's a very standard pattern and you should be able to play it by now, but if you can't, then just practice playing it over and over again on the D chord like this. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Once you've got that down, down, up, down, up pattern nice and steady, you're going to need it all the way through the song because you play it once on each chord. For the intro, the chords are D to G to A to G. So let's play that down, down, up, down, up pattern once on each of those chords. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. And that's how to play the intro. Then for the first line of the song, the chords are D to G to A to F sharp minor. Again with the same strumming pattern played once on each chord, like this. Then line 2, we play the 3 B minor chords, B minor with an A, and B minor with an A flat, and then the chord of G, like this. Then for line 3, we play D to A to F sharp to B minor, like this. And then the fourth line, we play the chord of D to E minor 7 to G to A, and then to A sus4. Now to play A sus4, we keep that A shape, but we just add that third finger to the second fret of the third string. And you can put it on and off that string to give it a nice sound, like this. A sus4. So the fourth line will sound like this. D, E minor 7, G, A, sus4, A. Put that all together and you've got the first half of the verse. It should sound like this. It's a little bit funny, this feeling inside. I'm not one of those who can easily hide. I don't have much money, but boy, if I did, I'd buy a big house where we both could live. And then the second half of the verse is almost exactly the same, except the final chord, instead of playing A to A sus4, we play D to D sus4. And again, to play that D sus4, we keep that D shape, but here we add our second finger to the third fret of the second string. So the final line, the second time around the verse, should sound like this. E, E minor 7, G, E, sus4, D. And that takes us into the chorus. The first line is A to B minor to E minor 7 to G, like this. Then the second line is A to B minor to E minor to G, like this. Then the third line is the only part of the song where I change up the string patterns, and instead of playing the down, down, up, down, up pattern, I just play some big, powerful downstrokes on each chord. It's those 3 B minor chords followed by the G again. So it's B minor, B minor A, B minor B flat, G, and then the final line of the chorus is D to E minor to G to A, and again with an A, so it's 4. D, E minor, G, A, thus 4A. So let's put that all together and play through the chorus. And you can tell everybody this is your song. It might be quite simple, but now that it's done, I hope you don't mind, I hope you don't mind that I put down in words how wonderful life is while you're in the world. Then you repeat the intro, and then you play verse 2, which is exactly the same chords as verse 1, and then you repeat the chorus. Then at the end we have one final little refrain, which is basically repeating the last 2 lines of the chorus, but this time ending on a D. So after the chorus ends with a how wonderful life is while you're in the world, you go back to the B minor line. I hope you don't mind, I hope you don't mind that I put down in words how wonderful life is while you're in the world. And this time you end on a D. Put that all together and that's how to play Your Song by Elton John. I've been the ukulele teacher. If you have any requests for future lessons, then let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, until next time, I love you all and I wish you the best.